Yeah. No, your score. You got SATs in math. So I did the math.
You're a dork. Okay. Welcome to the Notorious Needle. I'm Sarah.
I'm Bridget.
And we want to empower you to break the rules of conventional cross-stitch so you can make whatever you want. On this channel, we do floss tubes and tutorials for cross-stitch. So today, I'd like to start by...
This is floss tube number 15.
15, yes. Floss tube, thank you.
Right, you're welcome.
I'm excited, I just want to get started. So I wanted to start with the comments from... Not the last one, because YouTube had an issue with comments when we posted our last floss tube. So these are comments from floss tube 13. Mm-hmm. So Tyra says, thank you so much for answering my question and all the great advice. I can't believe you remember it. I'm excited about your mom joining. I can't wait for more shenanigans. Well, hold on, Tyra, hold on. Shenanigans will soon ensue. And you're welcome for answering your question. She was asking about how do you finish cross stitch for high humid areas like a kitchen or a bathroom, because we just launched the Shits and Giggles collection for the bathroom.
Right.
Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal says, thank you for answering our questions about how to finish the cross stitch. I appreciate it so much, and I'm always glad to see you pop into our group. Well, I'm happy to see you too.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, she's awesome. You should check out her floss tube too.
I will.
Alethea Love to Sew wrote, I truly enjoyed the video with your mom, and I'm looking forward to the next video with you. See, I told you people liked you.
Thank you.
Rachel Rothman writes, you're both so cute together. Thanks, Rachel. Jeanette Stoppel says, hi, love all your projects, and your mom is so funny. Take care and see you next time. Well, I hope to see you this time too, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Monica White says, first, hi, Mom.
Hi, Monica. What was second?
Was Joe Hobbs, hi to your mom. Sat watching you both while sewing. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, everybody, and for the kind comments. They're awesome.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure hopefully we'll have commentable
stuff.
Viewing for you today. So now that we're a minute or so in, it turns out that YouTube doesn't like the word masturbate because they demonetized.
I wonder why.
Because they demonetized the previous floss tube where I was showing you the masturbate pattern that was misspelled. So masturbate is spelled with a U-R, not an E-R. Thank you, Google. You would think I would know that. I did not. And that pattern has been fixed. If you're interested, part of the Shits and Giggles collection, it says, here I sit and hesitate, shall I shit or masturbate? YouTube is probably going to demonetize this video as well. But
they might.
That's all right, because it's not about that. It's about, that's a funny ass cross stitch. And I will be hanging that up in my bathroom.
Your husband will like that one.
Yes, he does. He does very much. September is the third birthday? It's the third birthday for the Notorious Needle. Yay!
Oh, wow. So Notorious Needle is also a Virgo.
Well, Virgos rule. We're both Virgos.
Yeah.
So I will be having a sale for the month of September. Happy birthday, Notorious Needle!
Yay!
So everything will be 30% off on the website and in the shop. Everything, the whole shop, the whole shebang.
Wow!
Happy birthday to us! 30% off. So if you're a VIP, you normally get 20% off, but everyone will get 30% off.
Nice.
Yay.
So if you wanted to buy multiple patterns, this is a good time to do it.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
You get 3 for 1, basically.
Exactly.
Right? No.
Well, I don't know.
That's not the math.
Don't ask me to do math. Too early to do math.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we will talk about her math later.
Oh, don't even. Or maybe not.
Okay, so let's start with the stitchy stuff. Let's talk about, finishes. You have a finish.
I have a finish.
You have a finish.
I'm excited. I have a finish. Okay. This is, I hope it's not too big for everybody to see. This
Here, I'll hold it while you
You're
talk.
gonna hold it? Oh, you're so sweet. This is the Notorious Needle Stitch Along, and I finally finished it. And I mean fully, well, 99% fully finished it. Okay, so this is how I decided I was going to finish it before I started. I ordered the fabric. This is the opalescent Ada. I ordered it from 123 Stitch.
And you probably can't see it, but it's
shiny
and pretty.
Yeah, it's shiny, and it's also pretty stiff.
Yeah.
So when I got the fabric, I was thinking, wow, 14 count Ada, this is going to be pretty big.
It's big. This is a big pattern.
No, I know, and I have no wall space now, so I didn't know what I was going to do with it. But I figured, you know what, I'll figure it out. And what I did was, to finish it off, I counted 14 stitches out to make sure that that's an inch, and 14 stitches out on here for an inch. And then I just folded it over, and I just sewed it along that straight line.
With floss that was the same color as the fabric.
Actually, no, I sewed it with thread.
Oh, thread, whatever.
White thread.
But same color.
Because white thread is a lot cheaper than white floss.
So and it's stronger.
It might be. I don't know. But I wasn't worried about that. So I went in about 2 inches from the edge and just sewed it all the way down the sides. So that's the sides. And then the top, I got a dowel, and you can get these anywhere like Lowe's or Home Depot. You can get them at the craft store too if you want to pay a little bit higher price. Lowe's and Home Depot have dowels for super cheap. And then these little balls, I have to admit, my husband did this part. He made the little balls. He had the balls, and then he just drilled.
Of course he did.
He drilled into them so that they would fit on and glue on the end of the dowel for me. But you don't have to do that. I mean, that's just an extra touch because he thought it would look nice, and it does. So what you do for the top and the bottom is I counted out 14 to the top and put that there, and I pinched here, put a pin in it, and I thought, okay, so how far is it from here to the bottom of the dowel? And it was about 7 stitches. And then I counted around the top of the dowel, and that's about 20 stitches. So then I just took the dowel out and I basted along that line, making sure I was always 7 stitches on this side, and then on the other side where the needle comes out, I made sure that I was in the same row, the same hole in the same row. Because if you're not paying attention, you could end up making it too small or much bigger, and it won't be straight. And you want to make sure that it kind of is straight.
Okay, switching arms.
Okay, sorry. Am I talking too long?
No, you're good.
Okay, and then I did the same thing for the bottom. And you just make so actually I'm just sewing a little sleeve for the dowel to go into. And you really need to pick the dowels up before you make your sleeve, because it's a pain in the butt if you have to take all that out. On the top, on the sides, I went in and out every single hole because I was pretty anal about that.
It was a running stitch, right? You did
a running base stitch. And on the bottom and the top, I decided to not be as meticulous, and I went in 1 hole and then skipped 3 on the back, and then went in 1 on the front and skipped 3 on the back. So it just it's not every single stitch. It went a lot faster that way.
I would probably
and then this bit of yarn here, this piece of yarn is just extra bit of yarn that I had left over.
Rainbow yarn.
And it's rainbow, and I thought the colors would work. I might put a tassel here. I'm not sure.
It needs tassels.
Maybe it does.
Maybe on the
tassels.
bottom.
Maybe on the bottom. Oh, maybe on the bottom. I don't know. And then
like
I was
one big. Or what you could do is you could tie a similar string and then put a tassel in the middle, and then it'll be like symmetrical top and bottom.
Yeah, I could do that
That's
too.
just me wanting things to match.
And I was thinking that on the back, because I have this extra here where I folded it over.
Check out how neat it is on the back. Like you could totally see the pattern from the back. Good job.
Well, I don't set out to make my backs neat. It just kind of.
It's a little. It's a little friendly competition.
Well, they end up that way. But I was thinking of taking some washers, maybe heavy washers, and sewing them in here. Like I've got like a little pocket here. I could stick a couple of washers in and then close that up, just to weight the bottom a little bit.
Not quite.
Because the dowel's not as heavy as I kind of thought it would be. Yeah. So that'll kind of put a little weight on it. But I had to steam this, and this opalescent fabric is really stiff even after, and this is washed.
Stiff.
And it's washed,
it's got
and then
that filament running through it that gives it the shimmer.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's polyester. Most of the time it's a polyester filament.
It might be, but I gotta
It's very
tell you,
pretty.
I did this on a scroll frame
it.
on the floor. So I put this on the scroll frame, and then I used the floor stand to hold it because this was big. And every time I tried to stitch in hand, my left
It's a
hand was
big one.
cramping up.
Yeah. I
So-
stitched mine on 18 count. I still have to finish it, but like here it's here. I still have to frame it, but it's finished. But this is like the same one on 18 count.
Right, but look at the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's 14 count. There's 18 count. You choose.
I mean, it's smaller to stitch on, so it makes it a little bit harder. But I found I'm gonna back mine on a canvas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to be framed. It's just going to be on a canvas.
I might hang this on my wall at work. I'm not really sure.
Oh.
Or it might go. I'm kind of thinking it should go right on the front door.
Yeah.
So everybody that walks in the house, it's like, there it is, right on the door.
Yeah.
I'm kind of liking that idea.
That's awesome.
So that's my finish.
Yay! Good. I don't have any finishes.
That's okay.
I didn't finish anything.
Well, you did. You finished a cross stitch tutorial.
Oh, well, yeah.
That
yeah.
counts. That's a finish.
Technically, so the previous Flosstube we had pre-recorded. So since the last time we recorded, I did two tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was, oh gosh, if I can even remember. So, Knit Companion. So I did a tutorial about how to use Knit Companion, which is an app for cross stitch, instead of Pattern Keeper, because Pattern Keeper isn't available yet for Apple devices.
Right. It's only for Android.
Yeah, and I use Apple everything. My kid uses Android some stuff, and the husband does too, but I really prefer the Apple stuff. It's just everything connects, and it's what I started with where I had all my music. So
Yeah.
anyway, so Knit Companion, despite its name, is really, really awesome for cross stitch. So check out that tutorial. And then
The tutorial on the
tutorial after that was
confetti.
Confetti stitches, which is like cross stitches that look like somebody dropped them from the sky and they landed on your fabric at random. Like, how do you secure and start and stop a single cross stitch? So that's the last tutorial on this channel. Check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
was
I
cool.
like the confetti tutorial. So what
Thank
is
you.
next on your agenda?
Oh, next on my agenda is new starts.
Did I start anything new? I kind of did. I'm trying to remember. Not this week.
Well,
Not this month. Oh, well, yeah. I started this little guy, but I was going to show you this with purchases. I guess I'm showing it to you now.
Whatever.
So new start. It's just a little cutesy thing, and
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do purchases. Whatever.
I'm not really sure what I'm going to finish. I mean, it needs something around the edge. I haven't decided. What does it need around the edge? It just looks, the pattern actually comes off of a mitten from Jan from Purl Together, who has a knitting channel, because I knit and I crochet and I do a lot of other needle crafts, not just cross stitch. Although I do more cross stitch at this time of year than anything else, because it's summer and anything I knit is good.
Oh, it's
too
hot.
heavy. So yeah, so I do a lot of cross stitch now. But this pattern is actually that you're supposed to put on your back of your mitten. And I have the pattern for the mitten, and I thought, hey, I wonder if it would work in this, and it does. So I just needs a little something around the edge.
It's cute.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but that was my start and kind
Start
of
and finish?
and kind of finish, because it only took me like 2 hours to do.
There you go.
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all my starts.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So new starts. I have a few. I'm busy. So let me see. I'm going to start with this one. So this is the fabric that I won from Stitch Life magazine. It's opalescent. Oh yeah, you can see it.
You can see that one, yeah.
Shiny.
It is
And
very
this,
shiny.
This is Escape from Bestitch Me. It's this is 16 count, and I started stitching. This is what it looks like. Oh, you know what? Let me show you what it's gonna look like finished. This is a pattern that I bought the bowl part myself. I bought the bowl part of it. It kind of looks like whatchamacallit, a tribal tattoo-ish.
Oh.
So,
Oh, that's cool.
let me see if you can see it.
You gonna make it
on
bigger?
a different page. I think it's just the one page.
It looks like it's just,
There we go.
oh.
Yeah, because okay. So I have it on Knit Companion. So There we go. So this is what it's going to look like finished. So you see a bull and butterfly, and I'll have to blur that out. That's our wedding day.
This year,
yeah, so much
unless it changes again.
So much for not editing. No, we're married, remember? We did the legal thing. We just haven't had the wedding yet because COVID sucks.
I forgot.
Yep.
Because COVID.
Yeah. So I've done the bull, most of the bull so far.
Want me to hold it?
You can if you want.
Yeah, I'll hold it. You got it.
So most of the bull, and this is the étoile thread, so it glitters. And when you look at it up close, maybe I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture here, and you'll see up close that it kind of looks like, because I'm using the sparkly étoile thread, it kind of looks like the sparkle from the fabric shows through the stitches, but it's actually the thread that's sparkling. It's cool. It has a neat effect. So that's the bowl is going to be gold.
I want to see it up close.
And then
oh yeah.
So that's what I've done so far this month. And
look at her back. I'm just saying. That is like amazing.
I do try. I do try. I just like it.
I wasn't sure if I was looking at the back.
I just like a tidy backside.
It is, but this fabric is amazingly gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Bestitch Me, if you haven't checked out her website, bestitchme.com. Oh, I love her fabrics. I'm in the Fabric of the Month club, and I can't wait to see what I get every month. And then I'm looking at this fabric is gorgeous. It needs something equally
pretty
gorgeous to put on it. Yeah.
And then the butterfly will be a paler gold, sitting on top of the bull's horns. And then I think I'm going to change the font at the bottom that I chose for the date, because I feel like it's too thin, so I'll show you that later when I get to it.
It does look a little thin.
But there's the butterfly is going to be just a very delicate little addition. So yeah.
And the fabric will show through, so it'll really look amazing.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, and he'll like it. He's seen me start to stitch it, and he's like, What were you stitching? Was that a bowl thing? Are you going to stitch that again soon? And I'm like, oh darn it! So I've been keeping it. I've been stitching it at work on lunch break, so he doesn't see it.
Because it's supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah,
I see.
And then another start was, you know what? I don't think I have the finished picture of this. So there's a pattern called Here Right Matters on the Notorious needle. It's part of the Political Therapy collection, and it's a quote from Colonel Vindman. I think it's Lieutenant Colonel Vindman during his when he testified during the Mueller investigation, or actually it was during the first impeachment of President Donald Trump. He testified as he was part of the Mueller investigation, and he said, this is America, it's okay. He was talking to his father, and he was saying, it's okay, Dad, this is America, it's not Russia, they're not going to assassinate me, Here Right Matters. So I created a pattern called Here Right Matters, and it says, this is America, Here Right Matters.
Did you take it off the web?
No, it's on there.
Because I'm on here looking for it for you.
You have to go to the, it's okay.
All right.
I will insert a picture here.
There you go. Insert picture here.
And so I started that. So this is just 14 count white Aida, and that's the bottom half of America so far that I've stitched. So those are my new starts. Now we skipped purchases.
Oh,
I meant to do
purchases.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
What's new stitchy stuff?
Okay. So and we're gonna do mess ups epic fails at the end.
Whatever, you can sprinkle those whenever they happen.
Do you have any purchases that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, you can go first.
Oh, okay. All right. So I've been seeing on other people's stuff that they have these grime guards, and even though I wash my hands before I pick up my work pretty much every time, I've kind of like made it a habit. I still, you're sitting there and you get stuff on your fingers. Like
you sweat.
I
like
have
if you
glitter.
put lotion on your hands. Yeah, there's glitter everywhere.
Right.
I'll show you why in a minute.
So people show, they're seeing grime guards, and then somebody said, "Oh my God, it looks just like a steering wheel cover that you can find at the dollar store." I went to the dollar store, And I actually had to go to like 3. And I found steering wheel covers at one of them.
Now I thought,
and that's what it looks like.
So the steering wheel covers that I've used on my steering wheel, I guess they were leather.
Yeah.
And so they were harder. But these
Yeah.
are like soft, and the elastic is easy. I mean, it's dollar store, right? So the
Right.
elastic is easy to pull apart. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, I only wanted to pay $1
glitter
because
on
I
that
just,
too. Oh my
I got
goodness.
glitter on everything because the tool, but I'll show you that later. I just wanted to try it because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. I wasn't sure if it was gonna work for me, and I didn't want to invest a whole lot in it. But actually, I kind of like it. I'm not sure, but I wanted to give this one to you so you can try it out.
Aw, thanks, Mom.
And it fits pretty good on a 6-inch hoop, which
Yay.
I'll show you the whole thing when we get to whips, because this is one of my whips.
Yeah.
But
All right.
they
well, I'll
sell
have to,
them on
I'll have to
Etsy.
get the glitter off first.
A lot of fairy dust. It's fairy dust.
Yeah.
A lot of a lot of Etsy shops and people make these, so they sell them. They sew the elastic in it, you know, and it's made out of really pretty material, and it looks a lot nicer than these do.
Yeah, they're prettier. And
This is my prototype to see how I'm gonna like it, if I like it or not.
Okay.
So if you already use a grime guard or something, I would say, you know, pay someone to make a decent one before you make a decision.
Yeah,
But
and lots of times you can ask them to make it in a specialty fabric, or maybe they'll have a fabric that you really like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy me one for my birthday with bees on it or something.
Oh yeah. Oh,
maybe,
hint.
Yep, right.
Very subtle.
Or maybe
Mom.
I'll get you one. So yeah, I'll show you this when we do.
Oh my God, the glitter.
Actually, no, I'll show it to you now. So the only thing I'm not sure about is, like, this is what happens to the fabric when it's in the grime guard. You have to kind of fold it all up, and that's the only thing that I'm a little, like, not so sure about.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Your
What's the
hoop
thing?
is tiny compared to your project.
Because I don't want to hold anything that heavy. So I use a tiny hoop. I would rather move the hoop around a lot than have this great big large hoop and have it in my hand.
Okay.
So this is why I use this. I prefer smaller hoops.
Then doesn't the grime guard make it heavier? It adds weight.
It does a little bit, but you know what? There's no fingerprints. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
And that is probably worth it.
Yeah,
because if you've seen my other works in progress, I'm just saying.
Flosstube 14. Flosstube 14.
Some of them are filthy. And this is somebody that washes their hands often. So
yeah, no, you just get stuff.
So then you have to kind of, here's the other thing. So this one I tried a new technique. I'm stitching in the ditch. I'm stitching in the ditch, which means you put the
New for
hoop.
you. New for you.
New for me. Okay, new technique to me. I never tried it before.
That's in my embroidery hoop tutorial. Just saying.
Yeah.
I think I called it stitch in the ditch.
That's what I've heard it called.
Some people call it stitching in the well.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I remember stitch in the ditch because it rhymes.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So normally you would put your hoop this way and you would stitch on this side. But when you do it this way, and you come up across, when you get up against this, then you can't bury your thread. But if you do it this way and you come up at the end of the row, I can bury my thread right through here, and this isn't blocking it. And I have really found I like that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, because I use such a small hoop.
Yes.
So I don't have to keep moving the hoop as often. So for me, this technique has saved me a lot of time.
That makes sense.
I'm happy. Cool. Yeah. Cool. I like trying new techniques. It's like, oh, I've never tried that before. Let's give that a shot. So
is this a new start? I don't remember seeing this one.
This is not a new start. If you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a whip. This is the ship coming back from the sunset, and I've seen the pattern a couple of different ways. I've seen this pattern with the ship, and then this is a moon, which is really pretty.
Yeah.
They changed the colors a little bit, and they made it a full moon. I liked the sunset because I really like the vibrant colors.
Unless it's your pattern, you can show
not.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's from DMC.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that. You got to teach me the etiquette stuff.
Yeah.
So it's from DMC Cross Stitch. She's an Etsy seller. Victoria is the owner of that shop, and she has this pattern in several different colors.
I will find it and insert a picture here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. She doesn't have this picture on there anymore.
Oh.
She has the one with the moon, And she has
Okay,
one
well.
with in all blue. So there's an
I'll
orange
show-
version,
okay.
there's a moon version with like grays and whites, and then there's a blue version. And all of them are gorgeous. My dad was in the Coast Guard for many years, and I'm stitching this for his birthday.
Aw.
And I think
Are
I'll
you
be
gonna
done
be
in
done?
time.
Okay.
Yeah, his birthday's the end of September.
Right.
I mean, we're not even through August yet.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'll finish this. And I wanted to, this is on,
We're almost.
I think this is 16 count. Does it look
You
like
don't
16
remember? You didn't
count?
write it down.
No, I don't write
So-
things down. I'm so bad.
So my mommy is new to Flosstube.
Yeah,
So she's learning.
I'm learning.
We'll write these things down next time.
But I'm pretty sure this is 16 count because I did the math, kind of. And I figured out that it would go in an 8-inch hoop, and that's how I'm going to finish it because it looks like a porthole.
It does. Yeah,
And-
like a
and-
navy.
Right, so I'm going to finish
nautical
it. I'm going to
themed.
finish it in a hoop so it looks like a porthole, and Dad can hang it wherever he has room, or in his bathroom or whatever. I don't know, because my mom has a porthole in her bathroom, and I thought maybe Dad would want a porthole in his bathroom. I thought that would be kind of fun. Yeah, so this will fit in an 8-inch hoop when it's finished, and I should be able to finish it by the end of September, which is when his birthday is. But now I got to figure out how to get this back on the crime guard. You wanted another purchase?
Yeah.
Okay. I was on.
Crinkle, crinkle.
I know Crinkle. Sometimes I like to hear Crinkle. I was on Facebook, and somebody had this set.
Oh,
So it's
on like
12
the Facebook
little
Marketplace?
hoops. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So it's 12 little hoops, and then it comes with 12 pre-cut red Aida cloth. And I'm like, you know,
Holiday
why not?
ornaments.
Holiday ornaments. So that's why I was looking for patterns that would fit
Oh, that
in
makes
that
sense.
size. This is one
Yeah,
of them.
that makes
And I was
sense.
like, oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look for a little plain, probably
Small
white,
motifs.
small motifs
Single
that you could
color.
do. Yeah, I think those will look really cute. They're easy to finish, and I'm just gonna cut this part off and then fray check it and stick a ribbon on the top here like that, and boom, boom,
Yeah.
done. And those will make nice little stocking stuffer gifts for people. That's it for my purchases.
Okay, so purchases. Let's see, I wrote it all down because I went a little crazy this month.
Did you?
I did. Oh, yes, because I was missing like 100 of the, I don't know, 400 and whatever DMC cross-stitch colors, so I went and bought all the rest of them. I bought them in triplicate because I like to have a backup. I even got all the colorist. There's more, but this is like an example. So I think it's the colorist is the one where it's like the one color but different shades of the same color.
I don't have those.
Yeah, these are really pretty. I didn't have them before either.
I don't have the variegated either.
Yeah, there's variegated and then there's variated.
I don't have either one. Hint, hint, hint.
Yeah, I think the variegated is like this, where it's one color and it's different shades of the one color. And then the variegated, I believe, I might be mixing those up, but the
No, I think you're
variegated
right.
is the multiple colors on the single thread. So for Fabulous Fred, which I don't have out right now, his mane, he was a unicorn, and his mane was like this purple, pink, blue on the single floss, and it came out really cool. So I bought all the rest of these, and I'm gonna try them out and experiment with them. There's a couple of like solid colored cross stitches patterns that I was thinking of doing in these.
Ooh.
But you have to stitch a little bit differently with
I think we
these.
need more patterns with variegated and variated
Yeah,
colors in them.
In my brain, it's hard for me to imagine, so I need to try it out first.
I think they're really good for lettering. I remember I
For
used it
letters.
in the last one. I showed it in the please use the 3 shells
Oh,
pattern.
yeah, you used the
That's in
variegated.
the last floss tube.
Yeah, and one of
Yeah.
the ladies in the Facebook group who was stitching the We Believe stitch along, which you saw we both finished earlier, where the love is love, you had the rainbow heart and then the word is and then the rainbow heart, and she had used rainbow variegated on the is and then also around the border, and it came out really nice.
It looks so super.
Yeah, it came out
super cool.
And if you're not in the Facebook group, I will put the link down below. And what are you waiting for? Go in there and show us all your stitching. It's fun. Other purchases. I bought Zweigart 36 count Winter Moon Edinburgh linen, and this is I I guess this is a new start. I think I started it a little while ago. I am stitching Elegant Pumpkins, and that's from Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's from one of their October issues from Just Cross Stitch. I don't know if you could see how pretty that's going to be. Let me make it bigger.
Oh, I see. That's why it's purple. Because they've got the purple on the front of the pumpkin.
She said she didn't like the purple bow on the pumpkin.
But you know what? You're right. With the gold,
it's a little weird.
It looks prettier finished.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It just looked a little strange partway through, I think.
So I think I'm on like the third or fourth brown in here in the pumpkin, and then I finished the bow. I haven't done the outline yet. So, but the Zweigart is new, and then I bought a piece big enough. You can see that I cut it down here at the bottom. I bought a piece big enough to do Elegant Pumpkins Part 2 when I'm done with Part 1.
Is it in the same pattern book, or is it like the next issue?
I think it's still in Just Cross Stitch. I think it's the next issue. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember what issue number it is, but I will put that in the comments below for both of them if you want to take a look. I saw one of the Sunshine Stitchers stitching this, and I really, really loved it. So
it is a pretty pattern.
I wanted to stitch. So that's my whip so far there.
And you are so good at math that you can cut this before.
I mean, I hope so. Actually, no. I put it in the cross-stitch calculator, which is on the Notorious Needle website, to calculate it out. And this is, I said this is 36 count, so I'm stitching 2 over 2 on this. So I'm stitching.
It's super pretty. I don't know if I can see that.
The Zweigart. Yeah, it's
wow.
It's a linen, so it's not quite even weave, but it's close enough.
So when you do 2 over 2 on a 36, it ends up being the same as an 18 count
Correct.
Ada. I see. But because it's an even weave, it's going to look really
I think so.
Like heirloom quality.
And I didn't like the it's like a green khaki color of the fabric that they used in the magazine and I didn't like that. So I liked this one by Zweigart. I got it on 123stitch.com. And yeah, it's Winter Moon Edinburgh linen.
Very pretty.
I liked that. So that was one purchase, and that's 2 purchases. And then the last thing I did was I bought all of the DMC Diamant. I bought the whole set. So all of them.
I am so jealous.
They're beautiful, and they're not nearly as hard to work with as the light effects. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about the crinkle. I didn't want to take them out. I wanted you to see all the colors, so that's all of them.
That's gorgeous. They have some beautiful colors there.
They did. They were having a sale, and I was like, yay! So
sales rock.
Sales are good. Sales are good. Yeah, they were having a sale on all the shiny threads, and I thought, well, I want the full collection of the Diamant because I already had 5. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little giveaway.
Ooh.
So I have 5 duplicates. So I'm going to give away the 5 in here that I already have. So you'll get 5 brand new DMC Diamant threads. That includes D3821, which is this pale gold. That includes D3852, which is slightly deeper gold. Now you're getting the new ones. I'm keeping the old ones.
You're going to keep the ones you already used.
Yeah, of course. D140, which is an antiqued gold.
That's really pretty.
D317, which is it's supposed to be gray, but it comes out like a lavender gray.
Yes.
And then last is D415, which is a pale silver.
So pretty.
So what I want you to do is to put in the comments, create a sentence with the word, but don't put giveaway or anything like that. What word should we use?
Shiny?
Shiny. Okay, so put a comment below with the word shiny for a chance to win these 5 DMC Diamant threads, and I will use the random YouTube comment picker to pick any comment with the word shiny in it, as long as it doesn't have the word like giveaway or win or anything like that. Yeah. Then I'll just get your deets and mail it to you.
I love shinies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will do that a week after this video is published. So you'll have a week. You'll have from Friday to Friday to put a comment below. And that's it for purchases for me.
Well, I have a confession to make.
For new stitchy stuff.
New stitchy stuff.
Yeah. Oops. Technical issue.
Okay, so
You were saying?
I was saying, so I have a confession to make. I usually buy new fabric, but you know, when I see something that's a good price, I'm going to buy it. I don't care.
Yeah.
And this fabric started life as somebody else's whip. It was in the thrift store in a bag. You know how they bag stuff up.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they put
Yeah.
all, and
They
I
just
happened
throw
to
it all
spot
together.
this, and it looked like a pretty decent sized piece of fabric. But it had somebody's little green bit of something on it. I don't even know what it was. There was no pattern with it, no nothing. It was just, they had stitched it. And they had stitched about a section this big. I took my seam ripper and I
Ripped it right out.
I ripped all those stitches out.
All right.
And then I pressed it a little bit so it wouldn't be as puckery. And then I just stitched right over it.
But you stitch something that's full coverage.
Yes,
So,
you can't do that if
yeah.
you're not. But I knew, that's why I kind of saved that piece of fabric for this pattern, because I was like, oh, I know what I can use for this pattern,
Yeah.
because it was somebody else's whip. So, you know, I just am of the opinion that nothing should be wasted.
Okay.
I don't waste anything.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope, and I save all my little, you know, bits of canvas that I cut off at the edge, and I use them for bookmarks or decorations
Yeah.
or whatever.
Christmas cards.
Christmas cards, yep, anything that works.
Or any card, really. Any holiday, any celebration, any greeting card.
But I kind of just wanted, because I don't know if you can see any puckers in there, but when I'm done
No,
stitching,
I couldn't see.
when I'm done pressing it, you won't be able to see it.
I couldn't see it.
Nope.
So whips. So we
whips.
we went through new starts. And now just continuation. Like, what have you been working on?
Well, that one was the whip, so why
Okay.
don't you do one of your whips?
Okay. Let's see. I have 2 more patterns to share. 3 really. So this is upside down. There you go. This is from the Shits and Giggles collection. Let that shit go. So from last time, I think I only had like the S and then some of the green around the S. So I finished the word, and I did all the rest of the lettering, and I only have, actually I can show you what it looks
The
like
shading,
finished.
right?
But I only have the shading around the orange letters and then the back stitch. So let me show you what that's gonna look like finished.
I love this on the oatmeal.
Yeah, it's, I'm going to say what I stitched on. So this is what it's going to look finished. So there's blue here that I still need to do, and then all the outlines.
And those little tiny,
Yeah, the little back stitch.
the little back stitch ones.
what was I gonna-
They add a lot to the
Notes.
pattern though. They make it look a little more frilly.
So I have it at, 18 count oatmeal. It's DMC's oatmeal. 18 count is all it is.
But it's real pretty.
And I'm using, so far I've used the call for colors, but here's the thing, you can't even see. Here, let me show you. This, down here, there's a little bit of back stitch right here. You can't even see that because
It's hard to see.
because the oatmeal fabric, so when I designed this pattern, I designed it for like plain background, and the oatmeal is a modeled, natural looking fabric, and so it's a little bit busy, so it's harder to see those small details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a darker shade of the same color. I forget what this is. I don't want to log in again on my tablet, but
Yeah.
so I'm just going to take this same green color and I'm going to go maybe 2 shades darker, and then that's what I'll stitch all the back stitch in. So
So it'll show a little bit better.
So it'll show better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other whip that I've been working on is for a tutorial.
Shiny.
So yeah,
More shiny.
all the shiny threads, right? So I've stitched DMC Light Effects Silver and Gold, and then this is the DMC Diamond Silver, and then down here I started stitching the DMC Gold. And so I'm going through DMC. I have all these metallic threads that I bought. So I'm going through the DMC Sulky and Krynic silvers and golds, and I'm testing them all out and when I'm done, I will show you the results of what they look like and
which ones are easier to stitch with,
which ones are
not.
a pain.
Yeah.
I will never use light effects again, which is why I bought all the diamond threads, because
there's a clue.
So I haven't tested like the sulky. They have these are ribbons. These are actually very small, thin ribbons, and they're a holographic polyester. I haven't tried them yet. You can see they're still in the blister packs. But so far, the diamond is way easier, and it has all these beautiful colors. And I also like to collect sets. Like I just like to have the whole set, which is why I bought.
So it might be diamond for the win.
It's for now.
So far,
diamond is way easier to use in the light effects. But anyway, that's another whip technically. So I created a pattern, and I wrote down. You can't see. I'll show you in the tutorial when it's ready. But I wrote down the number of the brand, the color number,
E3821, and then how many strands you used.
How many strands, and then on this side I blended it with the matching color. So like if it was D168, which is the diamond, then I used the regular DMC 168 to stitch with it, so you could see what it looked like blended as well. So yeah. Anyway,
that's very clever.
Oh,
I gotta say that is very clever.
My mommy likes it.
No, because then if you want to know what the effect's going to look like for a pattern, all you have to do is look. You could just save that.
Yeah.
And just use that.
Yeah. So far, the look is very similar between the light effects and the diamond. Like the way that it looks is very similar.
Yeah, and if the one is so much easier to use than the other, then why would you, unless you already own it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's all my whips. I know some people have 15, but this is what I've been working on a little bit each time. So, well, how about you?
Yeah, we'll talk about working on it a little bit each time. I'm still working on Peppermint Purple's stitch along for the 2021. Now I finished the 2020 Peppermint Purple stitch along, and I showed that in a prior Flosstube. And
that was 14, I think. Flosstube 14.
Yeah, and this is, I don't know what count this is.
I mean,
it
matches. Looks like 40 count.
No, it can't be that tiny, is it?
It could be 36.
It's probably 36.
I've got 36 right here. Let's see.
Have you? You want to compare? How do you figure that out?
Oh no, mine's smaller. So it's bigger than 30. So it might be 32.
So maybe 32. Okay, that
She's
sounds
gonna write
about right.
these things down in the future, but
yeah, I will. I'll make notes. But I mean,
she said, "Oh, you have to teach me Flosstube etiquette," and I'm like, "You gotta write this stuff down."
Well, the thing of it is, you gotta understand. I may have had this fabric 30 years.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea where I bought it. Yeah. I have no idea what it is. I just open it up and go, oh, that looks like it'll fit.
Okay.
And it looks like it'll look nice. I like the color.
Don't
I didn't
worry,
want to do it on white.
You're not the only one.
I'm sure I'm not the only one. But I mean, I have fabric going back to, like when I was 14, and it's somewhere in a box, and I'll open up the bin and go, oh, that's where that went. I've been looking for that for years.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I finished.
You want me to hold it?
If you want, yes. I finished from here down. Because last time I think I was only to here and maybe had this block finished. They release one block every week, and this is peppermintpurple.com. See, I'm remembering the names this time.
Very good.
I'm getting better.
This is this is the 2021.
Right, and Peppermint Purple specializes in like
black work.
The black work, which I hadn't done before. This is only my second piece, so it's nice that they release one block a week. And then sometimes I'll wait a month and I'll download, because the whole month will be in one download. Oh. So you can either download one a week and put them together, or you can download the whole month. And luckily, I have this in Knit Companion, and I can just simply add that page to that project. Yeah. So at the end, all of the blocks are in the same pattern.
You know what Knit Companion also does?
What's that?
You can write notes.
Yeah, I
that's what I did. I put
kind of figured
the notes
that out
like later. Like the fabric. If I change the thread, what I changed it to, that goes in the notes, so I can remember for later.
Because you're so meticulous. Anyway,
well, yeah. Not always, but I am with the cross stitch.
But I did use the needle minder that you gave me, because this particular needle is like a size 24. I'm not
24
sure.
is big.
Oh, okay,
You mean
then it's the
28?
other one.
28.
Well, I think this is a 26, because the 28s are so thin that I can actually bend them.
Oh.
I have bent them.
Yeah.
Just putting them through under the threads when I'm ending off a thread, I've actually bent the needle. And I have one I can show you in my needle case that I bent, because they're just so thin. So I'm a little destructive, what can I tell you? I'm a little rough. I'm not a delicate flower.
God damn it.
So that's it for my whips.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. We did finishes, new stitchy stuff, new starts, whips.
Purchases.
Yeah, that's the new stitchy stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
And then let's see. Oh, I did forget one whip.
did you?
I'm still working on this dragonfly fairy, you guys.
This is going to be your whip for the next year.
It's, this thing is probably 10 years old. I just do a little bit of, so I finished all of the cross stitch. All the cross stitch is done.
Oh.
I still have to do the metallic veins in the dragonfly, and then I need to do the metallic border. So there's a cross stitch border, and then there's a back stitch border, all in metallics.
And then you have to frame it.
And then I have to, well, no, because there's 3. So I did, I did the dewdrop fairy, and I've shown that in a previous Flosstube. I think it was Flosstube 13. I'm not sure. I did the dewdrop fairy, and then this is one of the sides of the dragonfly fairy, and then I still have to do the spiderweb fairy. And then once I do all 3, I'm going to get them all professionally framed at the same time. So that they look, yes.
So there's 9 pieces.
Yes.
So there's the fairy, and then there's the
two-
side piece
two
and the
side
side
panels,
piece.
yeah.
So there's 3 fairies, and then there's
2 side pieces each.
6 side pieces, so that's 9 pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
going to build a wall to put that on, right?
Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. Okay. You'll have to.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that whip, but
That's okay.
It's over here.
So we
and
must.
yeah, I fold them. I know you're not really supposed to, but whatever.
Well-
I wash that and iron it when I'm done.
Well, what are you supposed to do if you don't fold them?
You roll them. You're supposed to roll them up, so that
And
they
then
don't
what?
get creases.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have
So you're supposed to like store them in a tube with
The tubes that you buy them
acid-free
in,
tissue
right?
paper.
Oh my God.
And you roll them up all nice and neat, right? So that when you take them out, they don't have the folds. But
Oh.
I always, so far I've only used Color Fast fabric and floss. And so I know that when I'm done, I can just wash it and iron it, and it's not a problem. And the metallics you can iron too if you have a cloth between your fabric and
good
the iron.
point. I wouldn't have thought
so
of
I
that.
still iron those too. I just put something in between, so it still gets the heat from the iron, but it does. You're not pressing the metal of the iron directly on the metallic thread, which could melt it.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I do the tutorial on the metallic threads, I'm going to go over all the care, because every type of they call it metallic, but like those sulky holographic ones, those aren't actually metallic. It's a polyester. So yeah, they melt, and they all have their own care instructions. Anyways, I know when you fold it, it creates creases, but I know I can wash them and get the creases out, so I'm not worried about it.
So I really should have saved all those tubes that some of those old
I know, you
fabrics
don't
came-
get that anymore. The
No.
fabric used to come, okay, so
It
we've
comes
been stitching
folded
for
now.
a while.
It comes folded now.
And back in the day, and I'm talking about the 80s, I don't know, we'll go to the 80s, we won't go further back. Back in the 80s, the fabric, when you bought the fabric at the craft store, it would come in this plastic tube, and it was a semi-hard plastic.
Yeah.
So when you were stitching, you could store your whip in the tube, or just put your leftover fabric in the tube. Now you don't get a semi-hard plastic tube. What you get is flimsy. You get a plastic bag, and it's the same material as this. So you can still roll it up and put it in the bag, but it's not as protected.
Or they're in a piece of cardboard, like a cardboard container.
And they're folded.
And they're folded.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you're not supposed to fold them.
I mean, you can fold it. There's no not supposed to. It's just
Okay. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's better if it's not folded.
It's
'cause
easier, you don't get folds in it, but I don't care because I'll take the folds out when I'm done anyway.
Well, I throw mine in project bags so they get folded.
Exactly.
Because if I didn't put them in project bags,
It would be filthy.
they would be in a bin
Yeah.
and they would be like all in a mess.
Covered in dust and whatnot.
Well, no, not dust. There's a cover on the bin.
Oh.
Yeah, I stack them.
Yeah.
I have stacked bins in my
geez.
craft room. Well, yeah, because I have a bin for my knitting and I have bins. Well, I shouldn't say a bin. Multiple bins. Multiple bins.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah, how to organize your craft room.
Yeah, we'll do Mom's craft room tour.
Now you got to move all your whips out of the way because I'm going to
Okay.
bring out. I'm going to bring out the tool.
The glitter. Okay,
And
this
the
is where the
tool-
glitter is coming from.
Yeah. So now we get to the epic fail portion of the Flosstube.
Epic fail portion.
Epic
So
fail.
what did you try that didn't work?
Okay.
Hey, you know, we could make that like a regular thing. What did you try and it didn't work? Or what did you try
It
and
could be a regular thing
and
for
did
me.
it work?
It could
Yeah,
be a
'cause
regular
we-
thing for me because I'm always.
Well, we like to cross
Trying
stitch on
something.
other stuff, or
Yeah.
make it into something else, like the hanging piece on a dowel and stuff.
Well, I was
Could we
so
just not.
what? I'm trying not.
glitter.
I'm trying not to.
Oh my God, you guys!
I know it's. I'm not swishing it around.
It's obnoxious. All right.
Okay, so in a previous Flosstube, I mentioned that I had bought this blue tool at
I think
Michael's.
that was 13.
I don't know.
think that was 13.
Yeah, the first one. I
Yeah.
had bought this blue
Your
tube
first
at
one.
Michael's. I thought it was 5 yards. It actually turns out to only be 2 yards, which is a good thing because look at this. And
It's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful. I mean,
beautiful.
I don't know if you probably can't see it.
No, you
but
can see it.
It glitters, and the glitter is not in the cloth; it's on the cloth.
Right. Oh, so we should say.
Big distinction.
Yeah, when you get opalescent Ada fabric, it's like from Bestitch Me and others, what it is it's a filament, just like with metallic floss. There's a filament woven into the fabric, so
So it doesn't come out.
It's not glitter. Yeah,
Right.
it's woven in, so it's not going to come off on your hands or whatever. Now
It
with this
doesn't come
tool,
off anywhere else
It's
either.
sprayed on glitter, and it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh my God.
In fact, it's all over the table now, which is why I told you put your whips away because
Yeah.
I'm breaking
Wow.
out the glitter. It's everywhere. I told you I like shiny.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do. I'm doing the mermaid set for my mom.
Right,
That's
okay.
another epic fail. I'll tell you about that in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Doing
Did you
it-
bring it with you?
I did not. I think I hid it out of embarrassment. I couldn't find it. It's somewhere.
She subconsciously lost it.
I probably did.
Yeah.
It's probably in one of my side drawers somewhere.
Okay.
I'll find it later. I was so mad. Anyway, this is the glitter. I mean, yeah, this is the tool.
The tool.
And my idea was that when I saw the tool that was on sale, and I saw the color of it, and I thought, oh, the mermaids, it's like an ocean background, and I thought, oh, this will be great to do the mermaid on. And I went online and I looked and I saw a couple of videos where people were embroidering on tulle, and I thought, okay, well, if you can embroider on tulle, you should be able to cross stitch on tulle, right?
Sure.
Wrong. Not right. You're not going to be able to see this. You're probably going to need to take a picture of this. But
I will take a close-up picture and insert it so you can see what we're talking
here
about.
is the problem, okay? This is the problem. You see how you can see through this tool?
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's the
you
point.
can see the thread through the tool as well. See, you can see this thread. So how do you do a cross and then bring the thread down and do another cross without seeing the thread that you brought down? The answer is you can't. You don't. Everything on the back shows. There's no way to travel. You can't.
Oh no, there's no traveling.
No, you can't
No.
even stitch. I mean, because you can see all the thread. So the people that are stitching on tulle are doing embroidery, and they're mostly doing satin stitch, which covers the front and covers the back.
It's
It covers
basically
the front,
reversible.
Covers the back.
There is reversible cross stitch.
Not in my household, there isn't.
Okay.
So this was a fail. I don't know what I'm going to use the tool for. I left these stitches in. This is my tryout stitches. I left this in so I could show everybody. Cross stitch on tulle, and I thought, oh, I could do two. I thought I was going to just do two together, right?
Fold it in half. And
Well, there's no way to get these to line up so that you always have the same size X. I tried. It was impossible.
So basically, I don't know if you've ever seen like cross stitch on a chain link fence, but it's basically like that but smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. And it's stretchy. I mean, look at that. Look how much give that has. You can't put that on a hoop. I
Oh,
tried,
no, you can't.
but it doesn't stretch this way as much. So when
Okay.
you put it on the hoop and you stretch, you get stitches that are like skewed because you can't stretch it. And then
That sucks.
when you stretch it in a hoop, the glitter goes everywhere.
Well, I feel like the glitter goes everywhere anyways.
It was all over the dog too.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah, Riken had to give Lulu a bath because it was glitter.
No, poor little
all
puppy.
over the dog, and now it's all over your table.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants a giveaway tool, free tool.
Are you really going to?
I
'Cause
would-
now
yes.
you have to.
If somebody wants it, just message Sarah with the word tool, Tulle. I'm trying to wipe
Oh,
up
so
the
we'll do
glitter
a
here.
second giveaway.
Sure.
And use a sentence with the word tool in it, Tulle. Please spell it correctly because I'm going to have a software randomly pick the
it's
comment.
on my hands. Sorry.
And if you spell it incorrectly, the software won't find it. So Tulle in a sentence. Don't use the words giveaway or win or anything like that. And we will mail you this glitter mess if you want it.
Yeah.
If not, no big deal. Maybe we'll be donating it to a thrift store.
Thrift store near you, maybe. Yeah, it's about 2 yards, and I haven't cut it, and I'll even leave the cross stitch in there for you.
Yeah, you could
So
use it for something else, I'm sure.
yeah. So
That
my
way you don't
second
mind all the glitter.
my second epic fail is math related.
Oh, math.
Math related, or maybe I should save it for the next Flosstube. Anyway, what I did was I thought I did the math for the pattern I was going to do, and it's 3 mermaids in a row.
Which I think we talked about in the last Flosstube.
We did.
14.
That's what I was going to do on the tool, but I got some incredible fabric from
It actually
Stitch
looks
Me.
a lot like this one.
Yeah, the fabric I got was Neptune, and it's
Neptune.
gorgeous, and it's
And
on
this
her
one's
website.
Escape.
And I got the 14 cow. It was part of the fabric of the month, and I said, "Oh wow, it's such a big piece. I don't want to use the whole piece for this one pattern. I think I can use part of it for something else." So I did the math, found the center of my pattern, and did the mermaid that was in the center.
Okay.
Finished the mermaid in the center.
Finished the
Right?
mermaid.
Beautiful. Went to do the mermaid on the side and realized I didn't have enough room. Not just enough room to have a margin. I didn't have enough room to do the pattern. I had 3/4 of the room I needed to do the mermaid. And then I looked on the other side and I only had I screwed up the math. I mean, literally just screwed
I
up
would
the
just
math.
like to point out that she did not use the cross-stitch calculator
I did
that you
not.
can find on the notoriousneedle.com.
I did not, because
She
I
did
thought
not.
I knew what
She
I was
mathed
doing.
it in her head.
I actually no, I even mathed it on the calculator.
You wrote it down?
On my phone. I mathed it on the calculator on my phone, and I still messed it up.
Yeah.
I honestly do not know what I was thinking. Maybe I hit the minus sign instead of the plus sign. I don't know.
That happens.
It could
Count
have.
twice, stitch once. Just count twice.
Anyway, I emailed the woman at Bestitch Me, who was so nice, and I bought another piece of fabric. Because I was doing the math again.
Because it was fabric of the month, it wasn't available.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I didn't know if it was available, but
Oh.
that's the other thing. I didn't know what a fat quarter was.
Oh.
So in my head, 1/4 of a yard is
Is a
9
quarter of a yard.
is 9 by 9.
Yeah.
And 1/2 a yard, because a yard is 36 inches, half of that would be 18.
Right.
But on her website, and she kindly sent me the link to where she explains this, because I didn't see that.
Yeah.
It's amazing what I don't see.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
That's all right. You're not alone. Lots of people
I miss
skip over
everything.
stuff.
So on her website, 1/4 of a yard is actually 18 by 21, which would be enough to do the mermaids, had I not
Cut it. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So fat quarter is similar in idea to like a baker's dozen.
I don't know, but it's on her website how big her quarter yard of fabric is. So obviously, even in my head, I did that wrong too.
That's all right.
I'm not going to do math in my head anymore.
No more in-head math for you.
No. Not when it comes to stitching.
We're mathing it,
Yeah, no.
writing it down.
No, I'm going to send it to you, and I'm going to say, Sarah,
Oh, no,
how much fabric do I need?
I don't want that responsibility. Oh my gosh, because I math it wrong too.
So my mother is going to get the mermaids a little later than I thought. It may
Okay.
not be for Christmas. She may end up getting them for her birthday in January.
Okay.
And she's going to get one extra.
Oh.
Because I have it.
Yeah.
I might as well frame that.
Sure.
Just cut some more off of it. What the
Right,
heck?
whatever.
Frame that to match the other 3.
Okay.
Because the one in the middle is a redhead, just like her, or she was.
You changed it to a redhead.
I changed it to a
She used
redhead.
to
It
be
was
a redhead.
brunette, so I changed it to a redhead, and that's the one. That's the one she'll get as an extra piece, or I may keep it and put it in my bathroom. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know, but I don't know if I want to look at it every day, because every time I look at it, all I think is, you idiot! You couldn't even add.
Aw, don't be so hard on yourself. It happens to everybody. It really does.
So my tip of the day is stitch first, cut later. Just
Oh yeah.
Don't
right.
even. If you know you want 3 inches for the margin and you don't want to stitch in the middle and then cut around, which I didn't want to do. That's why I cut it first, because I thought I would have enough on the side and the bottom to do another small piece with, and the fabric is so gorgeous. So I didn't want to I didn't want to have like 2 inches on each side that I
Yeah.
would have to cut off. But this time when I get the new piece, I'm just going to start at the left-hand corner. I'm going to measure down and measure over, and then put a little dot there, and I'm going to start in the left-hand corner, and that way whatever I have left over will be all on one side or the other. Or I may not have any left over, because I really don't do the
may
math
not.
well.
Yeah.
Apparently.
We'll double check it. We'll check it together.
But I just want you to know, because if you feel bad, because it gets you all. I've been stitching since I was like 10, okay? And I'm now over 60, I'll admit to. And I'm still messing it up, so don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. You are not alone.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes.
And you are a math whiz.
I just keep I just keep it to myself.
Yeah. No, your score. You got SATs in math. They
That's
were
all the time we have for today.
They were really good.
We're gonna end that right here.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
And hope you had some fun. We had fun.
Yeah, this was fun. We'll see you next month.
Alrighty.
Stitch on.
Stitch on.